Shiv, Iyer, migration stuff. We're calling in from San Francisco, if the picture is any direction. Is that true?
That's right. That's right.
Welcome to the Q&A session. So the sky is not orange, or is it?
It's not orange. No, it's not orange.
Well, getting back to your migration thing, why migrate? Why do you think people are migrating to MariaDB? What's the reason?
Three important reasons are there. One is like the licensing complexity in the enterprise database systems space. Two is the open source and social innovation. Three is that the compatibility of MariaDB to web-scale database infrastructure operations is much closer than traditional proprietary database systems platforms. So these are the top three reasons which compel enterprises to consider MariaDB for their web-scale database infrastructure.
And when you say web-scale, do you mean transactional? Do you mean analytical? What type of applications do you see people migrating to?
So now it is like the enterprises address the database systems more as data. They have a heterogeneous database systems infrastructure. They all converge in the sense that transaction processing systems are connected to the columnar database analytics infrastructure, and also they are harnessed by eventually consistent database systems. So when I call them web scale, if we look at, let's take most of our customers whom we work very closely with are very large banks who are traditionally on a proprietary database infrastructure like Oracle. For them, it is like they are more of a consumer facing internet application provider for financial services. So for them, it's like web scale means like now my application is not just limited connected to the employees of the bank. Rather, every of the consumer of the bank is enabled to access their data, their transactions. So web scale means that. Yeah.
I was going to ask you what industry, what vertical is primarily migrating. And if I hear you correctly, you say it is fintech, but it's not just migrating existing applications. It's creating applications now that are consumer facing. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
So from what are they then migrating to MariaDB? Is it from MySQL or Oracle, or what is it?
So 9 out of 10 of my customers across Asia Pacific, Southeast Asian markets, Middle East and Americas, they are moving from Oracle to MariaDB. There are
Oracle, really, it's proprietary. It's not something inside the open source databases, but proprietary. So what's the compelling reason there? Is it licensing and the cost of licensing, or is it technology, or what is the reason moving away? Or
I would say that it's a combination of both. From a ownership perspective, like the cost of ownership of database infrastructure for a web scale or for an internet application is too expensive on a proprietary software. Now, also from a maintenance operations perspective, I'm talking this from a technology maintenance operations perspective. If I'm building a database infrastructure which is data oriented than a database oriented one, then I need a very database infrastructure which is built for that scale. That leaves MariaDB technically more compelling against several other options, even in the open source database system space.
So you're saying it's both of the above. It's the licensing cost, and it speaks explicitly because now when you create a system that is not just facing the employees of the bank, but also facing its customers, then the number of users is exploding, which has license implications. But then you're talking about the secondary costs of other things around it. So what are the other things around it that cost the most?
Now, if you look at building an observability and maintenance infrastructure for a proprietary software, a proprietary database system software, and that means that you need to invest more on your monitoring infrastructure. Now, if I'm building something, it's going to be a data reliability infrastructure, which is like building a robust backup infrastructure. That means that more of an investment from an operational perspective as well as from a budget of the bank. Now, when I'm looking at building a system for planet scale, where the data volume growth rate is going to be by several times, then the cost complexity is one area. The operational complexity is like how many instances I need to monitor if I'm actually making my entire bank's payment systems enabled to my consumers. That means like operationally and technically, it's getting more complicated when I'm on a traditional proprietary software, which includes also the maintenance tool investments. Like, for example, monitoring, as I rightly said, monitoring availability, DR, everything. Whereas when you're looking at an open source, one is a cost component part of it. Two is like they are built to operate together, right? That means that the maintenance operations looks much leaner compared to a multi-vendor maintenance operations model of a traditional database infrastructure industry.
Okay, so the technological part of it contains a lot of orchestration tools, and you see these orchestration tools being available also for MariaDB. Those
Absolutely.
were very, very clear comments, very clear thinking about why people migrate to MariaDB, in what industry, and what the reasons are. Thank you very much, Shiv.
Thank you.